Welcome back. Fighting the deadly opioid epidemic. You've seen the stories right here of people buying the drugs off the streets.
But what about those who have a long-term prescription from their doctors? Well, tonight, 2 reporter Micah Hatfield shares one woman's journey to get off the pills and take control of her life in a story you'll see only on 2.
I'm just in bad shape. You know, I'm a senior citizen, addicted to pain pills. What kind of life is that?
Looking distressed and exhausted, this woman asked us to conceal her identity. She was 2 days into detoxing from 26 years worth of opioid use. She says all of the painkillers she took were prescribed by different doctors over the years for various injuries and surgeries.
I wish they would have said to me, these pain medicines that you took after surgery, that's fine. You can take those for a while, but they're really only good for 7 to 10 days. Anything after that, you can become addicted.
She says she took them as directed, never asked for refills early, never took more than she was supposed to or doctor shopped. But as the years went on and she was diagnosed with other illnesses, her prescriptions got stronger. She says she had become immune to the painkiller she was on, and doctors told her she needed more potent medication.
I didn't know to even ask for anything else. Can I have some physical therapy? Can I, what are the other choices? You always trust your doctors when you go to them to know what's best for your health.
As her pain regimen strengthened, the effects on her body intensified. Now she was taking more pills to mask those symptoms. Since she's been on opioids, she's gained more than 70 pounds. Her teeth turned brown and started breaking off, and she lost her sense of taste. She was brought to tears, talking about the negative effects it's had on her relationships with friends and family. They told her she changed, and they would be there for her when she got off the pills.
I didn't see the change in me.
Do you see it now?
Yes, that's why I'm getting myself off of them.
Several times during our interview, the woman admitted to being an addict, something she's embarrassed about.
Hang on, let me put some gloves on.
Pain management doctor, Dr. Andrew Revelis, who doesn't treat the patient we spoke to, says there is a difference between addiction and tolerance.
When you're addicted to something, you behave in ways like you said, asking for early refills, buying them off the street, you're craving it. That's a different thing.
The patient we spoke with doesn't obtain her pills illegally, but she says the pain is unbearable when she's not on them. And up until now, she wasn't willing to make changes. Dr. Revelis deals with people who have chronic pain, and he says he doesn't rely on painkillers to treat it. He incorporates injection therapy, physical therapy, and acupuncture to relieve the pain.
What we don't want to do is overcorrect it to the point where the pendulum swings so far back the other way now that legitimate people, my grandmother, your sister, other people with legitimate pain that need it to maintain a quality of life don't get left behind.
When Dr. Revelis does put patients on painkillers, he informs them the risks involved with taking that medication and even makes them go as far as signing a contract saying they're going to take them as directed.
Some of the research now shows that higher and higher doses aren't necessarily any more effective in treating people's pain. So certainly where we can decrease the medication, we do.
The detox has not been easy for this woman. While we spoke to her, she was sweating, shaking, and experiencing terrible cramps. Severe side effects have included boils. Her doctor told her that's the poison from the opioids leaving her body.
They should never, ever prescribe this medicine to anybody unless they tell them what you're going to go through when you get off of them. It's cruel. That's what it is. It's cruel. I don't want to be like this.
The woman says she never would have started the long-term use of opioids if she knew years later she would be in this position. She says her doctors didn't tell her, and she regrets not asking more questions.
Life is going to be really good once I get off these pills, and that's what I tell myself. Life is going to be good again once all of this is out of your system, and I'm just doing a countdown.
In the last few weeks, the Oklahoma Commission on Opioid Abuse released several recommendations for changes to state laws. They include mandating electronic prescriptions, fully funding drug courts, and encouraging law enforcement to track where overdoses are happening so they can direct resources to those hotspots. The commission also suggests taxing opioid manufacturers, wholesalers, and distributors, and using the money to fund opioid addiction treatment. Micah Hatfield, 2 Works for You.